What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am back to do my WWE Battleground 2017 predictions. Now, of course, Battleground is this Sunday live on the WWE Network from the Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, of course, this is a pretty stacked card this year. I mean, we have 7 matches, 3 titles on the line on this show, and this looks like a fantastic show. And I cannot wait to do these predictions, and I hope you guys do enjoy this. Now, of course, our record coming into this pay-per-view after our last WWE pay-per-view, which was, of course, great balls of fire. We went an impressive 7-1. Now, of course, we could have been 8-0, but I will get to that in a minute and how we're going to change that on this channel when it comes to picks. But 7-1 is a fantastic record, so our overall record coming into Battleground this year is 40-20-1. So it is a fantastic record. 7-1 is a fantastic way to get back on the winning page with WWE pay-per-views this year. Second best record since we've been doing this. Of course, WrestleMania 9-4. This is the second best record, 7-1. So hopefully, what we did in this pay-per-view will continue into this Battleground pay-per-view. So let's continue that, and there's always room for improvement. So now, of course, when I said about I could have been 8-0 now. If you hear me say, now this is the new thing, because this is what happened at Great Balls of Fire with Alexa retaining the title by countout. It happened at Money in the Bank and it happened at Payback. Now, the new way we're going to be doing this now, if anytime you hear me say the champion will retain by any means. Now, when that means by any means, if they win the title by pinfall submission, if they walk out, if they walk out and going to get a count out or a DQ, if they're still the champions, that is a win. But if only if I say by any means. So keep that in mind. If I say by any means to any of the title matches ever this year, that means if they lose the match but they retain the title by disqualification or count out, that counts as a win. If I said by only means. So that's out there right now. Now, of course, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos this week. I do want to thank you guys for watching my Home Run Derby 2017 predictions. I know that was a kind of out of a blue video, but that was my way to introduce myself for baseball fans on this channel on YouTube. So if you're baseball fans like myself, thank you guys for watching that. And of course, I will be doing the playoffs for the MLB. For the World Series for sure on this channel. So that's a trust. Then, of course, I do want to thank you guys for watching my Great Balls of Fire predictions. Thank you guys so very much for watching that. That was a great show on last Sunday, I think last Sunday or the Sunday before. So again, thank you guys so very much. Now, of course, today is also the first day of the 27th G1 Climax. Now, of course, if you're New Japan Pro Wrestling fans like myself, this is a big time. This is their big tournament in the summer. Now, of course, this is my first G1 Climax, so I cannot wait to watch this. And if you're making predictions on the G1 Climax, I have my predictions on my channel. If you have not watched it, definitely go check it out. I'll have it at the end of the video in those little boxes. So definitely check that out if you're watching the G1 Climax, because it's going to be the best tournament of the summer for sure for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, of course, we are at 147 subscribers. I do want to thank you guys so very much for subscribing. Of course, my loyal subscribers who are still here, thank you guys for sticking around and supporting the channel. Of course, if you're new subscribers, thank you for hitting that subscribe button on the channel. Of course, if this is your first time watching my channel, this is your first video, welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I am, of course, JT Dangerously, and welcome to the club, because this club is just whoop whoop. And now a few updates to the channel. For your updates before the video. Now, of course, we're going in. This is the last video in the month of July, so I do want to thank you guys so very much for making July a very solid year on the channel. So again, thank you guys so very much. Now we're going into the month of August. Of course, it's the summer of Dangerously. We're going into the month of August, and we have so many big time events happening this year in the month of August. Of course, we have the on August 12th we have the rematch. Wrestling fans and New Japan Pro Wrestling fans like myself have been waiting for. Of course, it's Okada Omega 3 in the G1 Climax in the Block B. That's a big time matchup for sure on August 12th. So that's going to be one to watch for sure. If you've watched the last 2 matches between Okada and Omega, the third one's going to be even better on August 12th. Then, of course, on that Sunday, August 13th, is the finals of the G1 Climax, which we will see who will be challenging Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight title at next year's Wrestle Kingdom 12 in January 4, 2018. So Okada Omega 3 on August 12th, August 13th, the G1 Climax Finals. Big time shows for New Japan Pro Wrestling after the success of the G1 Special in Long Beach. That's where it all culminates on August 12th and 13th for sure. So definitely look out and watch that. Then of course the next NXT show, of course NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3 will be that week. Of course that will be SummerSlam week. Of course NXT Takeovers. I have been perfect on NXT Takeover predictions on this channel. If you know, if you do not know, I am 10-0 this year in NXT Takeover predictions. Hopefully, I will continue the winning streak and remain undefeated in NXT Takeover predictions on this channel. Then, of course, that same week we have that same Sunday. That Sunday we have the biggest party of the summer, WWE's biggest first big pay-per-view of the year, and it's of course SummerSlam, which looks like it's going to be a fantastic card. And in this video, I will have multiple bold predictions for this year's SummerSlam for the SmackDown Live side of it. So you'll hear a lot of them, bold predictions in this video. Then, of course, on August 28th, I will be making my official first Week 1 college football predictions. Now, of course, if you're college football fans, that's the one to watch. Of course, I am a college football fan. Big fan of the Oklahoma Sooners and the Boise State Broncos. So if you are a college football fan, definitely look out for August 28th. I'll be predicting my Week 1 college football predictions from Week 1 to Week 14 and all the way up to the college football playoff. I'll be predicting on this channel. Then, of course, that same week, of course, they have that same week of August 28th, I'll hopefully have my PWG Battle of Los Angeles 2017 predictions, or early. You never know, because it looks like the field is getting bigger by the day. Of course, they have, if you have not heard, Marty Scurll is going to be in it this year, the reigning champ. Donovan Dijak, Big Michael Elgin, Brian Cage, the former PWG champion, Zack Sabre Jr. looking to regain the PWG title. Of course, he's looking to win his second. So hopefully, as soon as the bracket is out, I'll have it up either early, or it's going to be on the 28th, the week of August 28th. So definitely look out for that on the channel. Then, of course, when we get to September, I'm telling you guys, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be so many videos. Beyond so many videos. Of course, we're going to be doing the second year of our Week 1 NFL predictions. That's coming back in the month of September. Of course, college football predictions. The next New Japan Pro Wrestling pay-per-view shows, of course, in the month of September, which are the Destruction shows. I will be doing all 3 of those. Of course, the next WWE pay-per-view in the month of September. And, of course, the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view, which is Death Before Dishonor. So, a lot of videos in the month of September. I'm telling you, it's going to be a ton. And it's going to be multiple videos on 1 or 2 days. So, definitely hopefully you guys will watch all those videos. So again, thank you guys so very much for making July a pretty solid month. Now we're going into August and September. Hot months for wrestling fans for sure, like myself and you guys. Hope you guys will continue the success into August and September, because it's going to be hectic on this channel, but it's going to be so much fun doing it for you guys. Now, other than those are the updates, so let's get right into these predictions. Now, of course, if they do add anything else to this card, I will have them in the comments below. But I'm going to do the matches that are already confirmed for this show. Now, let's start off with the first match. Of course, this is not confirmed, but I think this will be a match at the pre-show. So I'm doing a pretty quick pre-show match. Of course, it is between the underdog of the Underground, Sami Zayn, versus, of course, making his SmackDown and WWE debut with his gorgeous wife, the First Lady of Wrestling, Maria Kanellis. Of course, it is Mike Kanellis Bennett. Now, this one's going to be pretty quick. Of course, Mike Bennett's making his debut for WWE. If you remember him, he was the Miracle in TNA, or now Global Force Wrestling Impact. He was Michael Bennett in the Kingdom and Ring of Honor. And, of course, more people know Maria Kanellis. Of course, she was the best thing in TNA and GFW, of course. Finally coming back after years from away from the WWE. She's been successful since she left, and now she's back, even more successful. And so coming from me in this pretty quick matchup, I'm just going to make this pick pretty quick. I'm going to take Mike Kanellis to beat Sami Zayn. I just think they're not going to have Sami Zayn lose his first match on the main roster in his SmackDown pay-per-view debut. So I'm taking Mike Kanellis to beat Sami Zayn. And now the next matchup, a fatal 5-way elimination match to determine the number one contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Of course, the 5 women in this match are Becky Lynch, Tamina Snuka, the Ravishing Russian Lana, Natalya, and the Queen of the WWE, and of course the Queen of SmackDown Live, Charlotte Flair. Now, of course, whoever wins this will face the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi at SummerSlam for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And of course, Naomi is not even defending here. And let me just say this now. Of course, this is her 100-day. She has already passed the 100-day mark as the SmackDown Women's Champion. Let me just say this, and this is by far, Naomi has been by far the weakest SmackDown Women's Champion of all time. Since they brought this title to SmackDown Live, she has been the weakest. By far, Women's Champion. She's only defended the title on pay-per-view just this year once, and that was Money in the Bank. She has not defended the title on pay-per-view. She's only defended the title on pay-per-view once. She's defended the title 4 times on television. And honestly, who the hell has she beaten? Who the hell has Naomi beaten? She beat Alexa Bliss in that 6-pack challenge at WrestleMania. But ever since then, who has she beat that's legitimately a threat to her? She beat Lana 4 times. She beat her at Money in the Bank, and then she beat her 3 times on television. That's it. That's how, I mean, the way they're doing her is just like, I mean, I don't give a shit about Naomi. She is maybe the weakest champion on the brand, on the SmackDown brand. I mean, hell, Alexa Bliss is doing more on Raw as the Raw Women's Champion than Naomi's doing on SmackDown with the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm not saying a hell of a lot, but I digress. Whoever wins this faces Naomi at SummerSlam. Now, of course, this is an elimination match, so I'm going to do the same way I've done elimination matches on this channel. I'll tell you who I think is going to be eliminated first and who will be eliminated last, and then, of course, my overall winner. Now, I'm going to start off with the number 5 person who I think is going to be eliminated first is Lana. Of course, Lana has had 4 SmackDown Women's Championship matches. Of course, she lost all 4. She's definitely the weak link in this matchup for sure. So at number 5, I'm saying Lana will be eliminated first. Number 4, the second person who will be eliminated next will be Natalya, because I don't think Natalya has really done anything on SmackDown Live other than she's the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be, and she's really done nothing. So at number 4, the next person who I think will be eliminated will be Natalya. Now at number 3, I have Tamina. Now, I say Tamina because, I mean, now they've got her back to this bodyguard role, like she was with AJ Lee, bodyguard, Naomi, bodyguard, now Lana, bodyguard. So she's not really doing anything for the company. She's not really doing anything on SmackDown Live, but be a bodyguard, and that really is not doing anything. So at number 3, the next person who will be eliminated will be Tamina. Now, my second person who will be eliminated and the last person to be eliminated will be Becky Lynch. Now, Becky Lynch, of course, has been saying, oh, I'm getting all these opportunities and I'm not getting them. And I just feel like that's kind of a whining phase. Like, oh, I'm getting all these shots, but I'm not getting them. And I just, I don't really care. Again, Becky is definitely a threat for sure in this Fatal 5-Way. So at number 2, I have Becky Lynch. Now, of course, my overall pick to win this Fatal 5-Way elimination match is Charlotte Flair. Because, of course, she came from Raw. She was dominant on Raw as the Raw Women's Champion. She comes to SmackDown, and what have they done with Charlotte on SmackDown? Excuse me. What have they done on SmackDown with Charlotte Flair? Other than putting her in these 6-man women's tags, she's only had one opportunity at the SmackDown Women's title, and that was some DQ finish. I think her second or third night on SmackDown. She really hasn't done nothing, and she needs this because I'd rather have her, the SmackDown Women's Champion, over Naomi any day of the week, and twice on Sundays. So coming from me in this Fatal 5-Way elimination match, I am taking Charlotte Flair to beat Natalya, Tamina, Lana and Becky Lynch and become the new #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And now the next matchup for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Of course, the challengers, they are the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the New Day versus, of course, the reigning and defending SmackDown Tag Team Champions, of course, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. Now, of course, at Money in the Bank, the Usos walked out on the match. Of course, the New Day won by count out, but of course, the Usos retained their SmackDown Tag Team titles by just walking out. So that's what I meant with by any means. Like that's why we're doing this by any means stuff on the channel. So that's the reason why the Usos were the first, and of course that was my first losing record this year on the channel, thanks to the Usos walking out. Then of course the Usos lost the next night on SmackDown. Then of course they had the set up the rematch, and then of course a few weeks ago on SmackDown they had a battle rap between the Usos and the New Day with Wale as the referee. And let me tell you this: if you have watched Wild 'N Out, of course Nick Cannon on MTV, that rap battle was beyond the most savage, wild style I have ever seen. As soon as the Usos dropped that Paige and Xavier Woods line, it was over. Mike dropped. The crowd knew it was over. Literally, Usos killed them in that rap battle. Of course, Wale, being the biased guy, just said, "Oh, New Day wins because Usos were getting too close." Like, get the fuck out of here! How many Wild Stars have you been in, Wale? They may have said the New Day won that rap battle, but everybody and their mamas knew the Usos won that rap battle after that rated R line to Xavier Woods. It was over by then. And then, of course, hopefully this, now coming from me in this matchup, this is going to be a great tag team match. The match of Money in the Bank was fantastic. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the New Day to become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. I don't see what happened at Money in the Bank happening again. I just have a good feeling the New Day are going to win the tag team titles. So coming from me, I'm predicting new champions here. I'm saying the New Day will beat the Usos and become the brand new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And now the next matchup, a interesting but an oldie but goodie flag match, featuring, of course, on one side the returning Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, versus, of course, the man who is returning since his last match at WrestleMania, in which he engaged Nikki Bella. He is the 16-time world champion. Of course, if you know who I'm talking about, is John Cena. Rapadoo, poopy pants. Now, of course, this whole thing started on July 4th, the July 4th episode of SmackDown, where John Cena returned. Of course, he is known as now the free agent, which he can go to Raw and SmackDown. Of course, they're just doing it for ratings because he's the franchise. He can go on both Raw and he can go both on SmackDown. So he's not even a part of the SmackDown brand. He is in the middle. He can go on either show, boost their ratings. That's all they're doing. This John Cena free agent shit is all about. Of course, Cena was talking about America. He's doing his whole "I'm a real American, fight for the rights of every man" Hogan BS. And then, of course, Rusev comes out returning after the shoulder injury he's had. And they went with the old anti-American Rusev. Like they just went back to they just reverted back to the old Rusev that, you know, doesn't like America. He disses for America. It's like they can't do anything else with this character other than say he's an anti-American. Like, and then of course Cena challenged him to a flag match, and then Rusev said, "You can't challenge me. Like, nobody can boss me around." Of course, Daniel Bryan made the match at Battleground a flag match. Now, of course, if you do not know what a flag match is, it's two flags on each corner. Whoever captures their flag wins. It's capture the flag. Whoever gets their flag wins. Now, of course, this is a dangerous fact. Cena is 4-0 at Battleground. He has not lost at this pay-per-view. And, of course, Rusev is also undefeated. He is 2-0 at Battleground. So one of these guys is going to lose their first match at this pay-per-view. Now, of course, here comes one of my bold predictions for SummerSlam. I am predicting John Cena will be challenging the winner of whoever wins the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And he will win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And he'll also lose the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. So yes, I am saying Cena's going to challenge the WWE Champion. He will win the WWE Championship. And he will then lose it in that same match to, if you know, and I will let you guys know who I think will do it. But I think you guys can take a wild guess who it's going to be. So coming from me in this flag match, again, Rusev. A lot of foreign guys don't win this match often because it's usually the Mr. USA or somebody representing the United States always wins this match. So coming from me, I am taking John Cena to win. It's kind of an obvious. John Cena never loses these kind of, he's fighting for the United States. It's not surprising. So coming from me, I am taking John Cena, unfortunately, to beat Rusev in this flag match. And now the next matchup, a pretty interesting grudge matchup, featuring, of course, the 2017 Money in the Bank winner, the Lone Wolf himself, Baron Corbin, versus, of course, the King of Strong Style. I'm not going to be calling him the artist. It's a bullshit. That's a BS name. I don't care about that. He is the King of Strong Style. And, of course, I'm talking about Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, of course, this whole thing started at Money in the Bank, where, of course, Baron Corbin attacked Shinsuke from behind during Shinsuke's entrance, which nobody's ever done before. And then, of course, by the end of the night, Baron Corbin became this year's Money in the Bank winner, which, of course, grants him a guaranteed title match against the champion anywhere, any place, anytime for up to a year. You know the routine with Money in the Bank. Then, of course, on SmackDown, Corbin has been attacking Shinsuke from behind. And, of course, last week, Shinsuke attacked Corbin before their match even started, and then they announced this match for Battleground. Now, two things that can happen here. Of course, this is another bold prediction for SummerSlam. Baron Corbin will cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase against the WWE Champion at SummerSlam. So we're going to have what happened with Daniel Bryan and John Cena, and then Orton cashing in. I'm bold predicting that it's going to happen this year with Corbin cashing in on Cena after Cena beats Mahal. That's just being whoever the champion is. So it's going to be Mahal either way. So that's one of my bold predictions, that Corbin will cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase against John Cena for the WWE title, and he will successfully cash it in. So I'm predicting Corbin will be the WWE champion. That's a pretty bold prediction. And then the other prediction when it comes to Shinsuke. Coming from me, Shinsuke should be, by all honesty, be the next man to challenge the United States champion. Whoever the United States champion is, but by the end of tonight, he should be the number one contender. Of course, he beat Kevin Owens three times in the month of June, and honestly, that damn sure gives him a shot at the United States title. So here's my other bold prediction: Shinsuke Nakamura will challenge whoever the United States champion is at SummerSlam, and coming from me, it's gonna be epic. Whoever's the U.S. champion coming into this pay-per-view against Shinsuke at SummerSlam is going to be fantastic. But coming from me in this matchup, I'm going to take Shinsuke Nakamura to win. I think Nakamura is going to need some momentum going into SummerSlam against the United States champion. And Corbin, he's on to bigger and better things, maybe the WWE title. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking Shinsuke Nakamura to beat Baron Corbin. And now the next matchup for the United States Championship. Of course, the challenger. He is now the former United States champion. Of course, he is the new face of America, Kevin Owens, versus, of course, he is the brand new and reigning United States champion. Of course, he is the face that runs this place. If you know his music and it's from his past, you know who I'm talking about. Of course, that is the music of the phenomenal one himself, AJ Styles. Now, of course, this is a Backlash rematch where, of course, Kevin Owens won by count and retained his United States Championship. Then, of course, a few weeks ago on SmackDown, Kevin Owens did an open challenge. First person that came out was AJ Styles. Then he said, I've already beaten you, so I need another challenge. And then, of course, on July 4th, they had an Independence Day Battle Royal, where AJ Styles won that Battle Royal to become the #1 contender for the United States Championship against Kevin Owens. And then, of course, on July 7th, inside the hallowed grounds of Madison Square Garden, AJ Styles defeated Kevin Owens and became the brand new United States Champion. Now, of course, that was a big shock because honestly, I would have had I had AJ winning the belt in Philadelphia at Battleground, but he's coming in as a champion. Again, the whole story of him winning the United States title, and I've heard this, and this is beyond crazy. They only gave him the title because they have an AJ Styles DVD that's coming out. And they thought that would be a great moment to have in the DVD package. So AJ won the belt because it's going to be on a DVD for AJ Styles for WWE. If you want to, it's no lie. That's the only reason he's the United States Champion. And of course, AJ and then whoever wins this honestly has to face Shinsuke at SummerSlam and defend the United States title. So this is going to be a fantastic matchup. There's not going to be by any means here. AJ is not the type to walk out on matches. He is the fightingest. He was the fightingest X Division champion of all time in TNA. He's going to be a fightingest United States champion in the WWE. He's going to be maybe the best United States champion for a long time, as long as he holds it. So coming from me in this United States Championship matchup, I am taking AJ Styles to retain the United States Championship so we can have the Wrestle Kingdom 10 rematch at SummerSlam this year between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. And now the main event for the coveted WWE Championship. Of course, it is contested in only the third Punjabi prison matchup, featuring, of course, the challenger. He is the former WWE Champion. He is the Legend Killer. He is the Viper, Randy Orton, versus, of course, the reigning and defending WWE Champion. Of course, he is the modern-day Maharaja. Of course, he is Jinder Mahal. Now, of course, this match is the third ever Punjabi prison matchup. Of course, there's only been two in history. Of course, the first one at the Great American Bash of 2006 between, of course, The Undertaker and The Big Show, which was, of course, was supposed to be Great Khali, but, of course, he had that wellness policy, but he got suspended. And then, of course, the last one, of course, was 2007's No Mercy from Chicago, Illinois, where Batista defended his World Heavyweight title against the Great Khali. And now this is the third. Now, the point of this match is to escape. There's like a cage in the middle, and then there's cage outside. So only way you're going to win is you have to escape. There's no pins, no submissions, no disqualification. It's all about escape. Now, the rules of this match, there's like in the center of the ring, there's 4 doors. If you have to, you can ask for one of those little doors to open, but you only have a 60-minute window. Now, if the 60 minutes pass, you have to it closes. So when all four little doors close, you have to climb yourself out. The little doors are ways to get out quicker, but if all 4 of those doors close, you have to escape from climbing. So this is a big time matchup, of course, at Money in the Bank. Randy Orton lost focus again. He lost focus again in his match. Of course, his daddy being there, Cowboy Bob Orton. He definitely lost focus in that match, and he lost the match. And of course, I picked against Jinder twice. I picked against him at Backlash, and I picked against him at Money in the Bank. So, of course, Jinder Mahal has been a pretty solid WWE champion. Of course, he is the modern-day Maharaja, and of course, whoever wins this is definitely going to be challenging is going to be challenged by John Cena at SummerSlam this year. So whoever wins this is going to get Cena next. So coming from me in this Punjabi prison matchup, this is going to be fantastic. This is going to be a lot better than the last 2 ones because it's 2 small guys, and they always kill it in this year in the last 2 matches. So coming from me in this matchup, I am taking Jinder Mahal to beat Randy Orton and retain. There's no by any means here. It's only an escape match. So I'm taking Mahal to beat Randy Orton and retain his WWE Championship. And those are my Battleground 2017 predictions. I hope you guys did enjoy my predictions. I know this is a long video. Comment below, who do you have winning these matches, of course. If your predictions are different from my predictions, comment below. Comment your predictions below. Let's have a conversation about it. It's always good to see your guys' opinions on my channel. Now, of course, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. And, of course, before you go, you can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. And of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button and become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you for my next video. Later days and peace.